So let's also try to understand the different concepts we are going to be learn with regarding the DDL maybe. So yeah, so you can also see, yeah, you can also see same thing will happen with this, and with the column name, character name, primary key. This is the P1 along with the default values. It is a not null, so it may not be not null. Region ID because of the primary key, right? It may not be not null. So we'll discuss that later. Later, keys are very important in the SQL, I can say. So keys will be more drastically going to be very helpful to get in terms of the joining conditions whenever you wanted to join with other tables. So it will be happen some of the other classes. I will detailedly discuss about these things. So let's jump on to the other command called, with respect to whatever we learned in the PPT, alter. Yeah, if you go and see the alter, maybe, yeah, I think it will be, yeah, just search it, alter. The basic syntax you have to be understood. That's it. If you go and be see any alter command, yeah, you can see this. So the alter command is basically tells about you have to be alter. You don't want to delete anything. You just want to be alter. You have to modify. That's it. So yeah, modify the structure of the table. At the time you will as an alter, it's a statement. The alter table is going to be very helpful. I mean, at the time you want to be change any specific reasons, you want to be change the table name or the table, you can say the table schema for that matter. So we want to be add the new column or the data type with the regarding then also the constraints with respect to the primary key or not, along with the null value or not null values like that. So yeah, eventually this is the syntax alter table. The course, there's some table here. Courses is the table, course ID, course name. So you want to be create or rename or name column the credit hours onto the courses table. So what you have to do, add the credit hours. What is hours is nothing but in integer, right? It may not be not null. So that's how you have to create. So you want to be alter it. At the time you want to be define the numeric in terms of this range max limit it's going to be. So at the time you can alter the fee adding the numeric data type after course name like that. So yeah, you can add this other column integer with after course name. Similarly, the alter modify the columns. You can also modify the columns. You can modify, you can say the table structure, or you can say whoever you want to be specified in terms of the modify. So whether it is a column or the table, whether it is a some specific row, that is also fine. Yeah, alter it, the table name. Okay, you want to be alter the table name with corresponding to that, modify the column definition. So let's go and check out some basic example in this case. So courses is the table, fee is the column. You want to be alter, you want to be modify the numeric is not null. So like that. Similarly, alter table drop of columns. You can drop the columns. Okay, you want to be specified to drop any number of the columns. You can drop those columns by using the drop. Drop column is fee. You can drop that according to that. Semicolon, I would say semicolon somewhat mandatory in this SQL. Hope you're going to be get some integrity lessons of the sensitivity with regard to the syntax wise. So the dropping column is very straightforward, I would say. If you take a look on the other command called drop, yeah, let's go and see the drop. How does the drop is going to be very helpful? We have already seen in the alter, but we can go and see the drop function. How does that going to be helpful? Yeah, a drop column or drop table. Yeah, just go for the drop column maybe, so that we'll get some idea. Yeah, the drop column is going to be very helpful whenever you want to drop any column. So you don't want to be allowed that column in your table at that time. You can directly use alter table drop column. This is very straightforward, I would say. This is also very basic syntax to drop. If you want to specify in the list of the column names, you can specify in the list of the column names. Yeah. So dropping of the column is straightforward, I would say. We already learned in the alter. And what is the other command? I would say rename. Yeah, renaming. Let's go and check out the renaming. So if I want any renaming, the specific syntax is very straightforward, I would say. So rename of the column name with specified the renaming of that. Yeah. So yeah, replace all the rename would be some of the same features. So we already seen, right, the renaming in terms of the create itself. So yeah, replace also will be the same, I would say. So you want to be replaced with corresponding to that, you can replace that. We already seen, I guess, in terms of the create only. Creating the table, when we learn about the creating the table, we already seen the renaming the things. So if you go and see the renaming of the things, that is very straightforward. You want to be rename some of the things, you want to be specified with respect to that. So I want to rename some of the things. That may not be helpful at the time of column id. So you want to be rename, you can directly rename corresponding to that. Basic syntax is like this. So rename old value with the new value, that's it. With a new value, obviously going to be table, right? From table. So you can specify dimension with regarding the which table and which column. That is basic sense to understand to renaming any column, even the table also. If you want to be specified even the table also, that is also very useful. And these are some simple operations in the ddml. So we can also check out with regarding the dml and also the transaction control language with regarding the different concepts we are going to be correlated with, to understand what how does the syntax is going to be very helpful with respect to that. So dml is the much more better efficient to retrieve the queries. This is just a beginner level of the sql, I would say. So if you want to be more integrated with the sql, I would suggest you go to with nested queries. Nested queries. So I will also introduce the nested queries concept, but not that much deeper while doing with some beginner level of the SQL course. So if you are more familiar with some of the beginner level of the SQL course, I would suggest to go to with advanced SQL called as a nested queries. This is very much helpful to understand more integrated with this. And what will happen? You have to learn some of the syntax in the SQL and try to apply on top of your data sets or top databases. So whenever you apply the databases, you will be retrieve some of the information while doing the querying. While doing the querying, you will get the information and try to understand the data. Understand the data. That is correct or not. That is correct or not. You have to validate it. You have to validate properly. You have to validate properly all the columns along with some data types. Some data types. So that you will eventually get some good understanding of database management system. Along with you will also get database developer. So yeah, that's what for this class I would say. We can go with the next class by using the dml data management language, manipulation language. This is going to be very helpful to understand the different queries and commands we are going to be used. Thank you.